Oh, it's a bit wet. Ooh. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, it's raining cats and dogs at the moment. So I thought, yeah, I'd come out and see if I can find an image or two. And I'm actually quite pleased that I came out because it's kind of misty almost. So the rain is quite fine, and I think we can get an half decent image or two. I'm here with my friend Matt Dolman. He doesn't want to be on camera yet because he's half asleep, so maybe later. And yeah, I'm back in the woodland area over at Cannock Chase. Autumn is starting to come into a hold, but not quite yet. But yeah, so we're gonna have a walk around, see if I can spot anything, and fingers crossed let's get an image. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I've come down to this opening in the woodlands just here, and I don't know if you can see just in the back of me here, but we've got this really cool like Y-shaped tree, or a V-shaped tree just in the background. So I'm kind of thinking the other trees will frame up that tree, and it could be quite a nice image. What I tend to do when I first get to a scene is put the tripod away for a moment and just have a walk around with the camera, just trying some different angles, some different focal lengths, and just seeing what works best, rather than messing around with the tripod, you know, moving it, lowering it, highering it, you know, all these kind of things. So just makes your job just that little bit more easy. So I would certainly recommend trying to do that when you first get to a scene. So although I've said that, there's not really a precise composition that I've spotted yet. So I think I'm just going to go with a straightforward through the middle shot from around this area, probably at around 100 mil or so, and yeah, hopefully, yeah, it looks good. Okay, so I'm shooting in a portrait mode, and as I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to go straight down the middle. Got some trees on either side, and yeah, I think it's framed up quite nicely. I've tried to get as much of the canopy in as possible, so I just think it adds to the scene. I'm shooting at, well, I've taken two shots. I've taken one shot at f11, so that everything's sharp in the scene, and I've taken a second image at f4. Now I've taken those two different apertures purely because I'm not sure which one's going to work best. Sometimes I do shoot at a lower aperture just so that I get some blurring, and the main subject is like popping out in the image. So that's what I've tried to do. Let me show you the back of the screen here, and you can see how I frame the image, and then I think I'll have a move around and see if there's a different composition that might work for it, and then after that I think we'll move on. But what I like about this image is that it's pretty dark at the sides, and then right at the back where the main subject is, there's some light coming through, and of course the mist is also dropping through. So I think in post-production we can really enhance that, and this image could look really cool. Okay, so I'll show you the back of the screen, and just to give you an idea. So as you can see here, we've got the tree just in the middle here, and then we've got the other trees on the left and the right just framing the shot. And as I mentioned before, I've got quite a lot of the canopy in. I just think it adds to the image. So yeah, f4, ISO 64, the lowest ISO possible, and let's see, what am I at? So yeah, I'm at 100 and 5mm. So yeah, so far so good. Conditions are really good, much better than I thought, so I'm really hopeful that we're going to get some good stuff today. Famous last words. Let's carry on. So I've just spotted this really old knackered tree in the background. It's got some really nice twists to it, and the light's shining on it from the back, and it's really nicely framed here. We've got these ferns which are changing into autumn colours in the foreground, and I've got this tree and this tree here which is also kind of framing the main subject, which is that twisted tree. I have done a very similar image from the Peak District of a really similar scene. If you follow me on Instagram, which is at the bottom of the screen here, you'll have seen this. It's one of my favourite images I've ever taken, actually. So yeah, I'm trying to do a similar thing but with kind of like an autumn vibe, and it looks quite good. So I'm shooting at f3.5. The reason being is that I don't want everything to be sharp. I want the main subject to be the main kind of popping out of the image kind of feature. So yeah, f3.5. I'm at the lowest ISO possible, which on this camera is 64, and I'm at a focal length of 85mm, and it's working quite good. I want to take a few shots here and then probably move around a little bit and see if there's any better angles. What I'm really trying to do is, and what I'm conscious of is the sky, but it's really quite bright, so try not to get any sky in there, and hopefully that will make it look quite good. But these autumn colours are really nice. It would be better if they were a little bit more orangey, but we'll come back out again in this area in the coming weeks. So yeah, I'll just show you the back of the screen just so that you've got a better understanding of what I'm shooting, and yeah. So as you can see, the twisty, gnarly tree in the back is the main subject. The two trees either side, which is this one and this one, are framing it, and of course the ferns in the foreground. So that looks really cool. We haven't got any sky in there. I think it will work quite nicely. So I've just spotted a scene just over here. I'm going to do like a landscape format, but I'm going to do it in a vertical portrait panorama. So 3 different shots of the trees just behind me. You probably can't see that well, so I'll just take you over and show you what I'm shooting. So this is the scene here. This is the scene. So we've got this tree on the left, we've got this tree on the right, and just behind me there's the third tree, and we've got some really nice broken off branches here, which really adds to the foreground, and I think it could work as an image. So that's what we're shooting. I'll take you back over to the camera now, just to give you an idea as to the settings that I'm using. So I am using a telephoto lens to shoot this because I do want that compression in the shot. So let's see. So I'm shooting at a focal length of 100mm, and I'm using the Tamron 100 to 400 for this. As you can see, I'm quite high up here. This isn't ideal because you do get a lot of camera shake, but I do need this kind of height for the shot. So if you look at the screen just here, this is the first shot. So this is the first shot of the first tree, and then we're going to take the next shot here, which is the center tree, and then the third and final shot, which is going to be this tree here. And I think it will work quite nice. So yeah, we'll take that shot and we'll see how we get on. It's a great morning, it really is. Even though it's not peak autumn yet, some of the silver birch trees are starting to turn, but everything else is green, and there's some really great colour contrast with a lot of these scenes, just like the one behind me here. It's really cool, really nice. Nice and quiet as well. It's a Sunday morning, obviously it's raining, not many people are about, and it's just really nice and enjoyable to walk around and just take your time with the photography, because a lot of the times with photography you're kind of chasing the light, and the light obviously changes and it can be chaotic, you know, but with scenes like this, with weather conditions like this, you know, you've got the whole day really. It kind of holds throughout the day. Obviously it was a little bit better this morning, but there's still some really nice soft lights and nice misty kind of vibes to it, and of course with the change of autumn, it's starting to look really cool. So yeah, I've actually just framed up a shot of this scene just behind me. You probably can't really see much from what you're looking at here, but there's some really great colours coming through on the trees, and I've just done a simple composition. It's a landscape format, and it works quite well. So I'll take you over and we'll have a quick look at that. So hopefully you can see that we've got some really nice scenes just here. Some nice trees, some great colour. Obviously we've still got the green, but we've also got some of those autumnal yellows coming through as well. So I'm shooting at 3.8 because I do want some kind of blurred areas. I don't want everything to be sharp, but yeah, it looks really good. So I'm going to take this image now and keep going just down the valley here and see what else there is to shoot. But so far so good. So far so good indeed.
Hello, I just wanted to jump in here quickly and just talk about this image. And when I was taking the image in the field, I was quite excited to get it back into Photoshop to do some edits and look at the colours and everything else. But when I got back, I have to say I was a little bit disappointed. Compositionally, I think it's failing in a number of ways. There's no real direction through the image. And although the colours are quite nice and the light's okay, I think the image has failed in a number of ways. But I would welcome your views on the image. Someone else's view may be completely different. So yeah, I look forward to receiving any comments on the image, and yeah, we'll carry on with the video. Thank you.
So I think I might have spotted a new image. Just been walking through this area here where there's quite a lot of pine trees, and in the middle, as you can see in the top corner of the frame, there's a big oak tree which has obviously outlived these trees 3 or 4 times over, and it's kind of been lit by an opening in the canopy. I'm just trying to make an image of it. I'm not really sure if it's going to work, but I feel as I have to give it a go. At the moment I'm doing a landscape format, but I'm doing a 3-shot panorama. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the pine trees in, just to establish the main subject in the frame. So it almost works as almost like a leading line through to the centre of the image, which is the oak tree in the back. Now if we had some fog, for example, this scene would be amazing, but obviously we don't, and the rain has stopped as well, which is a bit unfortunate actually. I was expecting it to rain all day and it hasn't, but yeah, I think this image might work. So I'm shooting it at a really low aperture of 3.2 actually, and as I say, I'm doing a 3-shot pano, lowest ISO possible, and I'm really underexposing the image because when I get back into post-processing later, I want to really darken down the image and and really enhance the light which is coming from the top canopy shining down on the main subject, which is the oak tree. Well, yeah, it looks amazing. It's almost poetic how it's just stood there. So yeah, nice image. Hopefully it turns out well, and yeah, we'll have a walk around and see if there's anything else. But so far so good. Right, this place is amazing. This section of woodland I haven't been to before. This is an old ancient woodland area, so there's some absolutely amazing oak trees here. I'd love to spend all day here, but the weather conditions are changing now. It's getting really bright. I mean, it's almost midday, and I've been here since 7 AM. So yeah, I've been here a few hours. Well, I think we've got a few good images. I'll definitely be coming back to this area in better conditions, and what I mean by that is when there's some mist and some fog, or even some ice when the winter comes around. But I mean, it is still early autumn also, so you know there's going to be a lot of changes to the greenery around us in the coming weeks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and hope you enjoyed seeing the photographs. Hopefully they're good. I never really know until I get back, but I think one of them, one of the earlier shots from earlier on in the morning, was quite a nice image, so I'm looking forward to editing that when I get back. But of course you will have already seen it by now, so drop me a comment in the description below just to let me know what you think. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and also consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this going forward. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.